A young man runs out of an airport, clutching his head, looking terrified, like he's running from something no one else can see. And then, he vanishes. No trace, no answers, no goodbye. For nearly a decade, his mother has asked the same question every single day. Where is my son? This is the chilling true story of Lars Mittank, a man who disappeared in broad daylight, in front of a camera, and was never seen again. In June 2014, Lars Mittank, a 28-year-old German man, went on vacation to Varna, Bulgaria, with a group of friends. He was smart, easygoing, loved football, and worked at a power plant back home. Nothing about him suggested what was about to happen. The group stayed at the Golden Sands Resort, a popular party spot along the Black Sea. At first, everything was normal: drinking, partying, beach time. Until one night, Lars got into a minor fight with a group of football fans over which team he supported. It wasn't serious, but it left him with a ruptured eardrum, according to a doctor. The injury wasn't life-threatening, but it meant he couldn't fly home with his friends as planned. So he stayed behind in Bulgaria, alone. That decision would change everything. Lars checked into a cheap hotel near the airport to wait for his ear to heal so he could fly back. That's when things started to get weird. He began texting his mom in a panic. He said he was being followed, that 4 men were after him, that she should cancel his credit card, that he was hiding. One message simply read, "I don't know what to do." Hotel staff later said Lars was acting nervous, pacing, whispering to himself, and leaving his room for long periods. He reportedly left the hotel at night and hid in the bushes. He was convinced someone was out to get him. But no one ever saw these men he was afraid of. Was he suffering from paranoia? Was someone actually following him? Or was something else going on? On July 8th, Lars went to Varna Airport to finally fly home. Before checking in, he visited the airport doctor, who cleared him to fly and prescribed a mild antibiotic for his ear. And then, the moment that turned this case into an international mystery. Security footage shows Lars sitting calmly in the clinic. A worker enters, believed to be a construction worker. Suddenly, Lars jumps up, looks terrified, and runs out of the room. He sprints out of the airport, leaving his luggage, passport, and phone behind. He runs across the parking lot, into a nearby forest, and is never seen again. That video, Lars sprinting out of the airport, became one of the most watched missing persons clips on the internet, because it shows a man clearly running in fear. But from what? The Bulgarian police launched a search, but the forest was dense. There were no cameras, no witnesses, no further clues. Lars's mother traveled to Bulgaria herself. She put up posters, offered rewards, pleaded on television. Nothing. There were no confirmed sightings, no phone or bank activity, and no body. It was as if he had vanished off the face of the earth. Back in Germany, the case became a sensation. Internet detectives, true crime forums, and YouTubers began analyzing every second of the airport footage. Some believed Lars was having a psychotic episode, possibly brought on by the antibiotics or a latent mental illness. Others insisted he was running from real people, that the fight with the football fans had put a target on his back. But here's the terrifying part. To this day, no one knows for sure. Let's look at the leading theories. Some experts believe Lars had a sudden mental breakdown. His paranoia, erratic behavior, and fear of people following him could be symptoms. His friends later said he'd never shown signs of mental illness before. But stress, injury, and the antibiotic cefuroxime, which has rare but real neurological side effects, could have triggered it. Still, would psychosis alone cause someone to disappear forever? Lars told his mom people were after him. He left his hotel at night and hid in bushes. He was scared, not confused. Could it have been organized crime? A misunderstanding that escalated? If someone wanted to make him disappear, the dense Bulgarian forests would have made it easy. But there's zero evidence, no known enemies, no threats, and no reason to target him. Another idea. Lars ran away on purpose. Maybe he wanted a new life. Maybe the fear was real, and he didn't think he'd be safe even back in Germany. But Lars had no money, no passport, no plan, and he loved his family. Running off by choice doesn't fit. The most likely but hardest to prove theory is that Lars died somewhere in the forest. From exposure, injury, or something darker. But then, where's the body? Search teams scoured the area. Drones, dogs. Nothing. It's like he vanished into thin air. Since that day, Lars's mother has never stopped searching. She has appeared on talk shows, set up a website, begged the public for any tips. Every year, she receives dozens of reported sightings, from Brazil to Canada to rural Germany. But none have been confirmed. She still believes Lars is alive. In interviews, she says, "He didn't want to die. He ran because he was afraid. I think someone helped him. But he's afraid to come back." It's the kind of grief that never ends. Not death. Not certainty. Just disappearance. In a world with cameras on every corner and data on every device, how does someone just disappear? How does a healthy, intelligent man walk into an airport, run out, and never come back? The case of Lars Mittank is one of the most disturbing disappearances in modern history. And it's not fiction. It's real. And it could happen to anyone. What do you think happened to Lars Mittank? Was he running from someone? Or something in his own mind? Comment your theory below. Let's bring this case back into the spotlight. And if you found this story chilling, subscribe. We uncover the most gripping, unsolved crimes the world refuses to forget. Because some mysteries don't fade with time. They grow deeper. This was Global Crime Files. Thanks for watching, and remember, truth doesn't always come to light. Sometimes it disappears without a trace.